Hey Skeeters, we're going to be discussing Standard 4A, so let's go ahead and take a look. So Standard 4A is explain how dramatic conventions, for example monologues, soliloquies, or dramatic irony, enhance dramatic text. So this one is a little bit, it's hard to understand without looking at a visual of it first, if that makes sense. Because it does specifically state you must be able to do this in a text. So, but what I want to do is kind of show you from a visual standpoint how these look. That way, maybe you can take that thought process into a text. Okay. But first, let's look at what a monologue, soliloquy, and dramatic irony even are. Okay. So, a monologue is a long speech by one actor in a play or movie as part of a theatrical program. So, a monologue is only going to be given or done by one character in the movie or play. Okay? And so, it's one long speech from one person, and it's only one person that you see in the scene or on the stage in a play. No one else knows about it. Okay? In these monologues, you learn something about that character individually, whether that's how they're going to be moving in the story, kind of some personal qualities of them, maybe situations that'll come. But all in all, you're gonna learn something about that individual alone. Okay. A soliloquy, an act of speaking one's thoughts aloud when alone, regardless of any hearers, other characters in the play specifically. Okay, so a soliloquy is going to be it's kind of like a monologue in that it's a long section of speech by that one character, but they're not alone necessarily. There's going to be other characters there participating or listening. So they're going to be in a monologue, they're going to be saying these things, but no one else is going to know about them in a play or movie. In a soliloquy, other people will know what's going on, other characters. Okay. Dramatic irony. Irony that is inherent in speeches or a situation of a drama and is understood by the audience, but not by the characters. Okay, so there's things that are happening in front of you. You see them happening in the play or the movie scene that you understand and you know, but it's kind of like everything else in the play or the movie is on pause and they don't hear any of it, any of the other characters. That one's kind of hard to understand, but I have a really good example that I'm going to show you that will make a whole lot more sense. So, to kind of give you an understanding of what these things are, I'm going to show you two of these examples through a visual. Okay, so let's talk about a soliloquy. So again, a monologue is a one single character by themselves. You learn about them as the audience, but the characters in the story don't know. Okay? Soliloquy is the same thing. It's one character speaking, but everyone in the play or movie scene know what's going on. They hear what is being said. So, this is a scene from Remember the Titans, and there's only one character speaking in this time, but the characters are present and can hear him speaking, so they know what he's talking about and move the story along all together. So let's take a look.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Wake up, gentlemen, it's late. It's 3 a.m. in the morning. All right, listen up. You will follow Doc, myself, and the other coaches. We're going to take a little run through the woods. If you get lost along the way, don't bother coming back to camp. Just hitchhike your hind parts on home. Any questions?
Coach, it's a high school football team. We're not the Marines here.
Let's go.
Let's go. Tell me where have you been, my blue-eyed son? Where have you been, my darling son? I'm from the wrong side of the mountain. I walked and I crawled
men died right here on this field, fighting the same fight that we're still fighting amongst ourselves today. This green field right here, painted red, bubbling with blood of young boys, smoke, hot lead going right through their bodies. Listen to their souls, man. I killed my brother with malice in my heart, hatred, destroyed my family. You listen, take a lesson from the dead. If we don't come together right now when it's hollow ground, we too will be destroyed. Just like they were. I don't care if you like each other or not, but you will respect each other. And maybe, I don't know, maybe learn to play this game like men.
Okay, so soliloquy. One character speaking. There's the whole idea of a monologue. Okay, that would be a monologue, except there's other characters there listening to what he's saying. So they're learning from him and they're growing through the story because of this speaking piece. Okay, soliloquy. Perfect example. So that's how that works. Then we have the dramatic irony. So this is the one that I want you to kind of look at. This one's a little harder to understand with the vocabulary and the definition of it all. But once you watch this, it'll make complete sense. So you're thinking about the irony of the situation. So I'm going to go ahead and play it and then I'll explain after it's over.
Morning, sunshine. It's premiere day. Time to get red carpet ready.
Except there's an ad.
Best in world peep cars.
Sorry,
Available at
guys.
retailers nationwide.
It's almost
And
over.
watch Disney and Pixar's Toy Story 4 now in theaters.
Here we go.
Pull my string. The birthday party's today? Okay, everybody. Coast is clear. Ages 3 and up. It's on my box. Ages 3 and up. I'm not supposed to be babysitting Princess Drool. Hey, Ham, look, I'm Picasso.
I don't get it.
You uncultured swine. What are you looking at, you hockey puck? Hey, Sarge, have you seen Slinky? Sir, no, sir.
Okay, so that is enough to kind of give you an example of what I'm talking about. So again, the dramatic irony of this is that, remember, that is the situation where you see it as an audience, but the people in the movie or scene do not. So the irony here is that toys aren't supposed to come to life. They're inanimate objects that are playthings, toys, okay? They don't come to life. And so the dramatic irony of this is that they do come to life, but the characters in the movie don't know that. They're living their life as normal human beings, going to soccer practice, going to school, having a birthday party, but they don't know that their toys are coming to life behind their backs. So, dramatic irony. So, hopefully that makes sense to you. Enough to where if I showed you this, you would kind of be able to pinpoint a few things. But in the text, it's a little bit different. But this is an excerpt from Romeo and Juliet, and we all know the famous monologue at the end, with Romeo kind of professing his love and his sorrow that Juliet has died. And so the monologue piece aspect of it these things always bring about more emotion in a motion picture or a play or a text, just because you can see deeper into characters and you can see deeper into the story. And that's what this standard is really wanting to pull out. How do the monologues, how do the soliloquies, how does the dramatic irony help pull out things in a text? How does it make it stronger? How does it portray the message stronger? And so hopefully you saw those things out of today. And I'm not going to go into the reading this and kind of pulling out any of that, but just know that in a text, the same concepts apply. You know, finding where things fit or where the monologues are and coming to the play and to the scenes and how they pull out a stronger, deeper meaning. So, we empower, we impact, we love. We are Skeeter Nation.